So it's still raining a little bit, but we worked out here for a couple hours until about midnight last night, Friday, and we got all of the peppers moved out into the hoop houses. Let's take a look, and let's start with hoop 1. Let me get it opened up here. There we go. So I mixed up 100 gallons of nutrient last night, moved out all of our peppers, and they are actually on right now, which is good. And just push some of the feeders down a little bit more. I can see I'm overspraying some. But we've got a bunch of bell peppers mostly in here. Flavor burst, banana peppers. You can see here we've got some very red banana peppers that they've been on there for quite a while up in the grow room. Some flavor burst. Those are nice and yellow orange. Tons of flowers over here on some more banana peppers. But mostly in this house is sweet peppers. A lot of the Red Knight bell peppers, the King Arthur bell peppers, and then the flavor bursts. So mostly bell peppers. They'll grow really well in here with all the spacing that we did this year. That way we can get through the aisles a lot better and keep them nice and pruned. So I worked on the roll-up sides. We'll go out and take a look at that here in just a second. Let's go check out hoop 2. All right, hoop 2. So we've got 27 plants in hoop 1. We've got spaces for, we got 48 spots in here. There's only one that is missing right now over here. So we've got 47 planted over here. Mostly, so there are a couple bell pepper plants that were, and banana peppers on the edge here that we had extra, but a lot of the hot peppers are over here. We've got jalapenos, habaneros, some chilies. So we've got a bunch of bottle rocket, red flame chilies, and then we've got paper lanterns over here. A couple different varieties of hot peppers. We're gonna try them out and see, if we can make some tasty sauce and dried seasoning and everything. But they look pretty good for surviving the pretty hot day we had today, in here at least. I think it only got maybe up to the late, it got up to like the high 70s outside, but man, in here it was about 113. So I got those two massive vents installed. Take a look and see what all we got done in here. So I installed those huge, they're 2 foot by 2 foot vents. So those are on there. I also got the roll-up sides installed or set up. So I've got these hand cranks here. And I've got it open just a little bit to allow some airflow. Had it open all the way earlier, but when it started raining, I just closed it a little bit in preparation for it getting a little chilly tonight. Same thing on this side, on hoop 1, and same thing on the other side of the house, so we can get a nice breeze. With hoop 2, these are like 6 feet is the opening, so you'll get a nice breeze across that. So you can see the vents. Those will allow at least, just like no intervention from someone having to come roll up the sides. Those will open when it gets too hot in there. And you can see the roll-up side on this one. Got that set up. Jill's been busy out here weeding the garlic. And then there are actually some decent sized carrots popping in. There's a lot of weeds, but we're gonna pull the carrots and then we'll probably till that up. Might end up being next weekend, but we've been trying to get hoop 2 so that the plants are not going to get too hot and die. You can see they This jalapeno plant was pretty crazy how big it was inside of the grow room. I had to carefully pull them out of their space up there. They were pretty tightly wound together. So you got this Helios. I think that's a habanero, maybe. But we've got I spaced them all out so we have at least, like, you know, a couple of the same variety on one row and then one or two of that variety on another row. So if there is any type of pest infestation, any issues with the plant, then we have some redundancy on another row so that we don't have to completely get rid of a certain variety. So, like, for example, I've got these amazing F2 variety. I think those are some chilies. And then I've got the same plant right over here. So there's a second seed that sprouted. It's fallen over there. We'll probably just clip that off. And then Jill's dad helped me get this box created. So I had one layer on the bottom surrounding the reservoir, but I went ahead and we created a second box. He framed it out and everything, and then we put that together so that it'll close in the reservoir. I can lift it off whenever I'm ready to mix up some nutrients. And that'll keep the sun, you know, the light out of the reservoir so that we won't have algae build up in there. But I've got openings for the water line, the power on the back on that timer. But overall, very, very happy with getting both of the hoop houses up and running. We've got all of our plants out here. Now it's time for pepper season. You can see there's so many of these red flame chilies growing on this plant already. Tons of flowers. Got some nice green chilies on there. There's some red ones. We are gonna have a lot of peppers this year. So hopefully we can sell some. We're gonna hopefully make a lot of sauce, and very excited to see how much produce we get this year. It's gonna be crazy. But in this, our sweet pepper house, these plants probably in 1 month they're gonna look insane. I've got to already start doing my trellis system because I've got stakes everywhere trying to keep them just upright. They're gonna start vining out like crazy. So that's it for today. I think I'll record tomorrow and see how the weekend turns out. But it's been a very productive past 24 hours with working late on Friday and getting all this done here today. So hopefully we'll get all this done out here and we can enjoy the Memorial Day weekend next weekend. All right, talk to you later. We have so many birds. Jill went and has been weeding. She's like 2/3 done with that row of garlic, and now we've got a lot of the straw that was in there that's now visible, and all the little birds, they're coming through and making their nests, you know, grabbing some of that straw, taking it back for their nests. And you can see all these carrots kind of nestled in here. These are pretty good sized carrots. So we'll go through and pull a bunch of them. I think we'll have a good haul of carrots. I mean, they're not quite as big as I'd like, but they've just they were topped off by the deer about 3 months ago, and unfortunately it set them way back. But we'll pull some and see how they do. Excited to see how that garlic does. I think it's just now about to start bulbing up. So I pulled one like a week ago and I was very disappointed. I think we've never really had like the stiff neck garlic, so we'll see how it does. I think I just gotta be patient, gotta wait. And we got our blackberries over here. Those are already got, let's see, some blackberries on the plant. A lot of flowers. We're actually going to try to, we're going to remove these. So I've got a little cloning machine. It's a, you know, a cloning system, so that I can take a couple of these, try to clone them, and we'll end up getting a lot of seeded plant, or a lot of plants that we can move out into the field somewhere, because I don't like them being this close to the garage.